So, if you have been on any kind of personal growth journey, you may have found that there are times in your life where you've just felt stuck, or that there is some kind of like deep pain or core wounding that has been just really hard to shift and move through. Or if you're a coach of any kind, you may have seen this in your clients, that there are just some kind of foundational core blocks that are really hard for them to shift through. Usually, what we find in the quantum alignment system is that these kind of sticky blocks are typically related to one or more of the 9 core resiliency keys. The 9 resiliency keys essentially are 9 core archetypes that, if you distill down the human design chart, these are really at the root of all of the cross-cultural archetypes that live there. They are 9 core human needs that we really need to be met as children, and when they're not met, they can turn into core wounds. And so a lot of us are living out of wounding or conditioning in one or more of these 9 core areas that have created beliefs, patterns, stuck pain and trauma that need to be healed and shifted in order for us to live into the highest expression of these 9 keys, which ultimately is what helps us live the most authentic, aligned life possible. So let's talk about the 9 resiliency keys. They are lovability, self-worth, courage, empowerment, emotional wisdom, vitality, decisiveness, self-trust, and authenticity. So lovability, we need to know that we are worthy of giving and receiving love, that we are loved and lovable. The quality of love we have for ourselves gives direction to our life, and the quality of love we believe we deserve also greatly impacts our life experience. Self-worth, a lot of people right now are living from core wounding around worth and value. Do you know that you are worthy and valuable? Do you feel a need to prove yourself? When we have a low sense of self-worth, we often put ourselves in precarious positions, or we settle for less than we deserve. And when we can align with the highest expression of our self-worth, we create a life that is in alignment with that value. Decisiveness. Do we know how to make good, strong decisions for ourselves? Or do we question ourselves? Self-trust. Do we trust what we know? Do we know how we know? And do we trust what we know when we know it? Do we also trust that we'll know what we need to know when we need to know it? That was a tongue twister. Emotional wisdom. Are we being influenced by the emotional energy and the frequency of everyone around us and the world around us? Or are we able to hold our center and stay in an aligned place and create deliberately? Vitality. Are we able to be energetic? Are we feeling vital and energized? Do we have the energy to show up for our lives? Authenticity. Do we feel able to be loved for who we are? Do we feel that we can show up authentically as ourselves, or are we afraid that we're going to be rejected? Empowerment. Do we feel powerful? And do we feel able to stand in our power in order to make the decisions and the aligned choices that feel right for us, to stand up for what we believe is true and right? Courage. Do we allow fear to hold us back, or do we live into our joy? Having the ability to bring ourselves back into alignment in these 9 core areas really is crucial to supporting us in creating an aligned life. If you're interested in learning more about the 9 resiliency keys, these core archetypes of the chart, you can check out our Deconditioning by Design course, where we go into it a little bit further, and some of the foundational principles of quantum mechanics and how we create an alignment with our filters of how aligned we are with these 9 keys. And if you want to dive really deep and you're interested in quantum alignment system training, where we can teach you the system and the tools to empower yourself and your clients to align in these 9 core areas of resilience, feel free to reach out and ask any questions you may have. May you know you are loved and lovable. May you know you are worthy and valuable just because you exist. May you remember to trust yourself, to stand in your courage, stand in your power, to live a life that energizes and revitalizes you, and to know that you deserve all the good things.